I've just paid attention to a lot of the things that have been going on for the past few years. Um, People talk about the Great Awakening, where all this information is just flooding the internet, where it's open source information. And if you have free time, instead of watching TV or taking selfies, like, you can just educate yourself on what's going on in the world and what's going on in this country. And I feel like a lot of people aren't being heard these days. They talk about the silent majority, and I think that that is a real thing. I think that there are a lot more rational, sane, level-headed people who are open to change, but know that burning down communities and looting and rioting and killing people, that's not the way to go about it. And those things are only hurting the people that they're supposedly supposed to be bringing awareness to. And unfortunately, you can't save someone. They have to save themselves. You can't be you can't be a savior for someone until they're ready to stand up for themselves and claim their sovereign rights as a human being and say enough is enough. And we all have our different levels of what we'll put up with, and unfortunately, I have a very thin line left. But I've also been investigating and researching and looking into what's really going on in the world since 9/11. And I think a lot of people, that may have been when they started to wake up. And once you start realizing all these worldly things are tied together, so it's not just America, but America the world looks to as a leader because we're the last free country on the planet. And it's not even really a free country if you think about it. But, I mean, my grandfather fought in World War II. His brothers, like, I have family who served. I think this is our war. It may not be with guns yet, but, living in Chicago, we deal with gun violence on a regular basis. Every day you wake up to more shot and killed in Chicago. And just the surrounding areas, like, there's more violence that's overflowing from the city into the surrounding suburbs. And, it really comes to people holding the ones in power accountable. And you have these movements like Black Lives Matter, and where are they when the little kids are getting shot and killed just for being out on the sidewalk? Where's the outrage? And then you have a mayor who doesn't seem to care, and when her aldermen bring up the fact that these cities need help, these cities need a bigger police presence because these people are just acting as if there's no consequences whatsoever. And if your mayor won't listen, and the surrounding affected suburb mayors won't listen, even having to put their own communities on lockdown for their safety, what recourse as a people do we have to be heard? And no one else can fight for the rights of the people of Chicago. The people of Chicago need to rise up and demand better from their politicians, these people who are elected and expected to have their best interest at heart, when obviously it's the opposite. And it's a very sad thing that they have us hating each other for not wearing a mask or not wanting to wear a mask. They have people fighting you over that instead of paying attention to the deep-seated corruption and the cleaning house that's going on within the government in every state. And people need to realize what's going on, because if they don't wake up and demand better for themselves soon, those rights are going to be gone.